This video was taken on July 6, 2019, and I'm reviewing it on July 22nd. And I'm always working on deepening my running practice because I get more and more efficient the more I practice. This is pretty much what I do. And video tells everything and does not lie, so I always love to use the video, and I'm going to be doing this more frequently. So maybe the very slightest dorsiflexing happening here, so I'm definitely not really overstriding. My foot's landing pretty close to right under my knee, pretty close to right under my hip. But maybe just a little tension in the ankle there causing a little bit of dorsiflexing, and some of the typical stuff that I'm usually working on is my upper body rotation. You could see that left shoulder is slightly in front of the right shoulder. That's probably one of the biggest things I continue to focus on. And same thing here, again, as my foot hits the ground, pretty close to a midfoot for more midfoot but than the other one, but still a little bit. You can see my toes off the ground, so I'm being super picky, of course. But definitely, at least I'm not overstriding. I have a good bend in this leg going back. Maybe it's possible that I might be pushing a little bit since my toe's pointing back, so that could be maybe the opposite of dorsiflexing is plantar flexing, so maybe that I'm pushing a little bit. Good 90-degree angle on the arms, though. And even right now I can already tell, I'm lifting through the crown of my head. My alignment looks okay. I'll check that in a second, but my chin's too far up. So when my knees are together, and this is when we check our alignment to check our hip, our shoulder over our hip over our ankle. So that looks pretty good, but again, with the exception of it looks like my chin should drop a little bit more. If I was lifting, maybe just a little bit more, so a little more of a neutral chin. Also, the thing I'm noticing is I am definitely bouncing a little bit, so that means I'm using a little bit of muscle to propel me forward, not just gravity. But if we just keep playing the video in slow motion. I already discussed several of the things, so here we'll look at what happens when I'm coming at the video camera. So here I'm usually looking for symmetry. Typical thing for me, this foot tends to splay out a little bit. This is a good way to tell if you're landing on your heel. Again, you can barely tell with me, but if you can see the bottom of somebody's shoe when they're coming at you, then you know they're heel striking. So you can barely see mine. It looks like it's getting better. So knees are even here, so good. I also have a good V here. My arms are just in their natural V shape going back. Again, just a little bit of that upper body rotation I was talking about. Maybe a little bit of a hip drop here. This is on the left leg, my left stability leg, so maybe a little weakness there, or just making sure I'm lifting through the crown of my head. It really happens with me, but I can see it happening here too, so just some good feedback. We focus on pressing back with our elbows, or at least pressing out and back, and I have a tendency to press too far back, which causes the upper body rotation. So I'm really right now personally working on my arm swing and using it a lot more for efficiency, as far as whether it's a 90-degree angle or a 45-degree angle, how fast I'm moving my arms. So right now that's my big focus. And also the other thing about my arms is I'm trying to work on relaxing them more so it doesn't affect my pelvic rotation from the opposite side. So that's something that I've been working on. And that's really pretty much it. I know my cadence is pretty good, so there is my July 2019 self video analysis, just putting it all out there.